Nigel Farage has promised to bring immigration levels, as he put it, back to normality if UKIP wins the general election. But he dropped plans to cap the number of people arriving in Britain at 50,000. Well, with me is Sky's chief political correspondent, John Craig. Now, John, let's just have a look, first of all, at where immigration is.
Well, since the last general election, net migration, that's the difference between those leaving and arriving in the UK, has risen to 298,000. Now, that is despite a pledge by Mr Cameron, the Conservatives, to reduce it below 100,000 in this Parliament. But they say that's been blown off course by the Lib Dems and people coming from Europe.
So what is, those are the Conservative promise, of course, you're talking about below 100,000, they haven't hit that. What is Nigel Farage saying?
Well, Mr Farage has now ruled out imposing a target for net migration, despite a previous commitment to keep it below 50,000 a year. Let's listen to what Mr Farage said today.
We want sensible, controlled numbers of people to come to this country, but people that have got skills and trades that will benefit this nation. People who have not got a criminal record, people who have not got a life-threatening illness, and people who, when they come, bring with them medical insurance and do not qualify for state benefits until they've been in the country for 5 years and contributed to the system.
So, John, these are the three aspects, really, of what he's proposing.
Yeah, he's proposing to set up a Migration Control Commission, a quango if you like, increase border force staff and create an Australian-style points-based visa system.
Well, let's have a look at that in a bit more detail, what that involves.
Well, under the Australian system, visas are divided into those available for skilled migrants and workers who are sponsored by a company or the state. Now, the former must have at least 60 points to work in the country based on their age, level of English, qualifications and occupational experience. But they do cap the programme at 190,000 places a year. That's despite net migration reaching nearly 213,000 in 2013-14.
And of course those levels in the 100,000s, just as they are currently in the UK.
Well, they're lower actually than the figures we saw last week, which embarrassed Mr Cameron.
John Craig, thank you very much.